Well, welcome back to Oh God,
Please, not another podcast. I'm Josh Dell.
I'm Brailey Linderman.
And this is that thing that we just talked about 1 second ago. Well, we have a lot to catch up on. We haven't seen each other in 2 weeks.
And
it has been bliss.
No, it has not. It's been jam-packed, though. I mean, we both went on vacation.
We did.
It was so nice.
We did. You were posting your hot dog legs all over the beach.
Yeah.
And I went to the beach one day, and that was nice.
I thought you went for like a few days.
Yeah, actually, I was there for 2 days.
You went and visited your sister?
My sister is in Palm Springs with my parents, so we were there, but then we did a beach day after, and it was good. It was awesome, man. I always like getting to go out there.
Does it make you want to move back?
You know, it was weird. This time we were like driving around, and I was like, this finally doesn't feel like home.
That's so... You should write a song about that.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe I should.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah. So, and it was cool, like coming back here and being like, you just had like such an appreciation for like, especially like where we live out in Ashland City. Like I love it out there. And like, yeah. Hopefully one day we'll get you and Tom out there on your farm with your 1 million kids.
Where we churned butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Florida.
I feel like you probably have read some kind of book like that before.
Where people live. Okay. Yeah. Like, but they don't have...
but he has hockey hair. And like, yeah.
Okay, but remember like Daddy Cade? That's like a whole like small town farm romance kind of thing. But they don't have like a
Where he
dozen
has his
kids.
recording studio at his farm?
No. That was Wild Love. That wasn't
See,
Heartless.
I get them all mixed up.
I read a new one, but don't worry, we'll get there.
Please.
I read 5, but one of them I can't explain because it was fantasy, and if I say it out loud, it will never make sense and nobody would read it.
Oh.
Although I did get 5 new followers on my Bookstagram. Thank you everybody for following me. I now have a total of 60 followers.
It's not me. I'm holding out. I'm waiting for you to read some Boxcar Children.
No. On this week's review.
Give me your review on some Goosebumps books, and then we can talk. All right?
I should read some. Like, let's do a Throwback Thursday and do like Goosebumps. No, I went to Florida literally for not even 4 days, like 2 days after the shark attacks happened.
Yeah.
I saw a shark.
You did?
Did I send you the picture?
No.
Oh, I'll show you. It's just you really can't see it. It's just a blob, but
blob shark.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We went for my birthday.
Yeah. Did you feel good? You had a good time?
Yes, I didn't want to come home.
You and Tomas?
It felt good just to be
Cabana boy you met down there?
Yeah. Tomas Hewood.
What was that?
Hewood. I was trying to do an accent.
Is that what that was?
It was so much fun. I just didn't want to come home. It felt good to do actually be off grid, do nothing. I'm pretty sure the only person I talked to was you and my friend Haley.
I'm pretty sure Florida has a grid.
Yeah, but off grid means out of Nashville.
Oh, is that what that means?
Not doing music, not having to cater to anybody.
Who do you have to cater to here? Who are you catering to?
I have 2 jobs. Technically 3 if you throw in music, but the only reason I don't count music is I don't make money off of it. So,
no, normally music takes most of the money.
Yeah, I know.
Even for other big artists,
I know. Geez, why can't we just all be Taylor Swift?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe that's a song she could write. Why can't we all just be Taylor Swift? Then we could all fly around.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Beach, fun. Came back, got a colonoscopy, fun.
Fun.
So much fun.
Did you enjoy the solution that they gave you to drink?
No, Josh. No, I did not. If anybody has ever had to prep for a colonoscopy, bless your heart. It was horrible. I don't
know if that's our demo. I don't know if our demo has started getting colonoscopies yet.
Probably not. Although the doctor did say
that. But I was an early colonoscopy guy myself. I got one at 17.
There's a few people that
maybe
are
at 16.
My age, younger. They're all like, yeah, I've already gotten one.
You know what it is?
Because it's so common now.
Everybody has, I think, hemorrhoids.
Or tummy problems.
Or like a fissure.
Ew. Yeah, I actually didn't ask him if I had one, but the prep was horrible.
Spent too much time on the toilet.
But yes, definitely that, because also you start drinking it at 4 p.m. and then because I
was also talking about the cause of hemorrhoids. But,
no.
Because don't you think our generation, maybe that's why everybody's sitting on with their phones and just spending too much time on the.
Yeah, probably. But I also think our food just stops us up and we just wait for it to move.
I guess some of the food. I don't know. This is.
But yeah, I texted Josh and I was like, Josh, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And he's like, well, that's the complete opposite of what it's supposed to do. Yeah. And then not even joking, 5 minutes later, I projectile vomit like The Exorcist, like a quarter of the solution.
That's crazy.
It was so bad. But then it went really well. My colon is immaculate.
That's one way to celebrate your 50th birthday.
I know. And
I always tease Brailey about not knowing how old she is.
I know. I'm almost 52.
I believe it.
And I got to play a game where I got to count backwards for the anesthesia.
Oh, yeah.
To see how far I could make it.
And you got pretty far.
I got to 88.
Backwards from 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they said that was pretty good.
What is that, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to 12.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
He's like 5 seconds typically.
Your mom kind of won that game, though, because she stayed awake during her entire surgery.
You know what? She did. She did.
My mom actually holds the world record.
She was awake the whole time.
She counted to 12 million.
Oh, my gosh. It was so, yeah, that's so scary. Even when I rolled me into the room, I was like, I saw like the screen where the TV was, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to be awake for this. I want to see my colon. And the doctor and like the nurse lady goes, no.
I actually did wake up in the middle of mine for like a second, then they gave me more stuff. And I saw for a minute.
Ugh.
I forgot to tell you that.
I can't even remember. I didn't wake up, obviously. I did wake up afterwards, and they were like,
how was your recovery?
It was fine. I couldn't stop falling back asleep.
Okay.
Because I was, shitting all night long from 4 p.m. No, I probably started around 10 p.m. until 4 in the morning when I had to keep drinking the solution.
I didn't know that.
What?
Women did that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how we all have colons.
Yeah.
Crazy, but
I thought it was just a guy thing, like a prostate.
No.
Oh.
No. It was so fun, but yeah. So whenever you were like, when I said, what should our prompt be? And you were like, we should say, what's the weirdest thing you've had, or what's the thing that you've had up your ass recently? And I was like,
no, I said, what's the weirdest thing you've ever had? Because I just fired 3 off the cuff and I forgot. Oh, don't read the second one.
I'm reading them.
Also, don't read. No, don't.
I'm reading them. Here it is. Any prompt ideas? Craziest thing you've put up your butt? Do you know anyone who has AIDS? What if God was one of us? 3 gold ones right there.
Yeah, I stick by that.
And then I go, you say, see you at 12 p.m. today? I go, I guess. You go, you son of a bitch. Also, I want to read the text that you sent me the morning of my colonoscopy.
Why?
Because it made me laugh out loud.
I don't remember what I said.
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I really miss a lot of things. Because I just start talking, and then I don't.
Shut up.
Stop.
Okay, he read. Oh. He said, I'm wishing you all the success today, girl boss. May they explore your ass like the 8th wonder of the world and leave no turd left unturned.
That's funny. I forgot I said that.
It was so funny. I laughed.
Oh.
So yeah, that's been my life recently, and I've been reading a lot. And what else has been going on with you?
Well, I went to California.
What did you do the week that I was gone?
The week you were gone, I think, is the week where I noticed I started feeling better and like just kind of lighter, like a burden had been lifted off my shoulders. And it's weird because the following week I did not feel that. It's almost like, what day were you traveling back home? It's just, I don't know. No, it's been good. I've been good.
You played CMA Fest.
Oh yeah, I talked about that.
I have not seen you since.
No,
then.
I think I talked about that on one of the last one.
No.
Yeah, you just didn't listen. I did.
No.
Talk about it.
I left the weekend after CMA Fest. We haven't done a podcast in like 3 weeks.
It's not true.
You said you were going to play it, but you haven't played it yet.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Good times.
A lot of people there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Would you say 10?
20.
25?
30.
What about 50? 50 too much?
Yeah, there are about 50 people there.
That's pretty good. Good job.
No.
Good job.
I don't know. I looked out and I was just like, I can't. There's just a sea of people I don't even know. Can't even make any faces
your
out.
Glasses on.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yeah, it was a good time, and looking forward to doing some more stuff.
I felt like CMA Fest this year was not as like. Do you hear that? Sounds like it's gonna explode. CMA Fest wasn't as like exciting this year for some reason. Like the main stage.
Is that because I played it?
No. You were the best act, but I had to work CMA Fest. I worked at the store, and like. It was the slowest it's ever been. A lot of people who came in were like, I didn't even know that CMA Fest was happening. And then also people were coming in and be like, there's no really good stages. It happened
the same week every year? Mm-hmm. Well, I knew a few people who played this year, and I was happy for them.
Yeah.
So I like to think that their stages were good.
But isn't it funny that, like, did you see, like, a lot of the lineups of the stage? I'd be like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that?
I kind of always feel like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel very out of touch with a lot of things. I don't know, especially in music. I always am like, I feel old because I don't know half the names on this list.
I know, but that's really it. Even when
music is just like that now, it's also just so quick,
Every time when I was walking in my car, somebody was playing, and I was like, "Who is?" Like it was a huge crowd, so I kind of feel like I'm out of the loop, like you just said. So I didn't really know anybody that was playing.
We do have to accept that we're like in our 30s, and so.
But this guy wasn't even old. This guy was honestly probably mid-30s, 40s.
Really?
Yeah, but everybody was there. But I'm assuming he probably has like a big hit somewhere in there. Along the way. In that catalog. And it was also 1,000 degrees outside, so.
Yeah, it was warm. Give the good news.
Of that me and Tom are adopting.
You're what?
We're officially adopting.
Is it me?
Yep, we're officially adopting. I look at how my aunt commented on my post. It was like, Josh, you can live with me.
I know. I told her I'm moving Monday.
Yeah, she would take you in. She loves you.
Oh.
I've actually had a lot of people recently be like, I listen to your podcast. And it's like people I would never think that would actually listen.
Is cool? It that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, great thing, including my aunt. Like, I didn't even my aunt like listen to podcasts.
I feel like if people listen to this, they will know us better.
Yeah.
You'll feel closer to both who we are
and they'll
as
love
people
us.
And together.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your guys' adoption.
Thank you. It's been already a long journey.
A long journey.
It technically started about like 2 months ago. That's when we like really started doing our research on it. And so now we just started raising money and it's going really well. And we just signed up for a home study, which means somebody comes to our house to make sure we're fit to be parents, which is crazy. Shouldn't they do that for everybody who's about to give birth?
Yeah.
And so signed up for that. And then we'll sign with an agency, an 18-month contract and go active.
It's like being a model or something. You had to sign with an agency.
It's crazy. It's
somebody explained it to me. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but somebody explained to me like once you like get into that like whole adoption world, like when you figure out like all like how it works and stuff, like a lot of the parents that first adopt, they get involved with like all these like kind of agencies and stuff and help other people kind of get through the process. Like, like way quicker.
Most people that we spoke to were people who had already adopted, obviously. And they told us the whole, like from A to Z, the process so that we weren't blindsided by anything, which is really nice. But then the agency that we're going with, we scheduled an hour phone conversation, but they stayed on the phone with us for like 2 hours because they answered every question we wanted.
Wow.
And she too was an adopted
Could you imagine
parent.
if that phone call was in the 90s and you only had nights and weekends?
And imagine all the minutes you'd wait.
Yeah, exactly.
That was such a crazy time that we had to wait till 9 p.m.
Yeah, you're like, I'll call you back later.
Yeah.
Right.
And like you didn't want to use your house phone, but it was like 9 p.m. That was the time, which is like practically my bedtime.
Yeah, I would never get any phone calls in if that was now.
You know what else that I used to do? I had a friend that lived in Canada and we used to have to buy calling cards.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember those calling cards so that I
call
could
internationally?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there would be a lady that come like, you have 2 more minutes left. And we're like, oh.
This is kids of today will never understand the kids of yesteryear.
Yeah. We had to walk to school, rain or snow, up a hill.
I only got a cell phone in middle school.
Yeah.
And it had a walkie-talkie on it.
What was your first cell phone?
It was a Boost Mobile, but like I think powered by Nextel or something. So it had that chirp on it,
Speaking of walkie-talkies, did you ever own walkie-talkies?
All the time. I had multiple kinds of walkie-talkies.
But like, did you have the ones that where you had a station, you could pick up other people's walkie-talkies and like you would talk to people? Mm-hmm. You want to know something creepy I did when I was younger?
Mm-hmm.
I met somebody through a walkie-talkie and they met us at a park. Yeah. He was our age. Thank God.
Dang.
I was about to be part of a Lifetime movie.
That normally does not happen. They're normally not your age.
No.
And they're normally not just trying to hang out.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe. I think about how I definitely should be dead by now.
I think about that too.
Do you? I mean.
Yeah. One time, like, I was like 16. I was on a vacation with my parents in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And I met these other 16-year-olds there. And we were kind of just like wreaking havoc around the hotel, like throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
And at one point we like ran out of liquor. So we just asked some dude in Mexico if we could all jump in the back of his truck and drive us to the liquor store to go get more alcohol. And we did it. And he's just flying, doing 80 miles an hour down this 2-lane highway. And like cars are zooming past and stuff. And we're like just all standing in the bed of the truck.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, yeah, we definitely should be dead. And yeah, got to ride back same way.
No, I mean,
yeah,
I should be dead. I mean, there's the one story that comes to mind with me is me and my friend snuck out of her house late at night, like most high schoolers do. And we ended up on the other side of town at this random party. And everybody was like smoking and drinking. And I would like looked at Anna and I was like, Anna, I think we need to go home. It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And we weren't drunk and we weren't smoking. We were like only freshman or sophomore. And a man with a white minivan asked if we needed a ride. And I said, sure. We got in and he dropped us off, obviously. But Anna decided to go to therapy that Monday and told her therapist. And I got a call from her therapist. And her therapist was like, how irresponsible could you be? Do you realize you could be dead in a ditch right now? You could have been raped. And I was like, I'm sorry.
We were like, what was it? What if it was a black van?
Like, but I should be dead. Like, I cannot believe the things that I used to do.
I know. That reminds me of kind of a similar thing. When I was 17 years old, I got invited to this hoedown party in Palm Desert, California. So like I was
the picture of you with the cowboy hat and you have like a bandana.
No, that was way too young. I was 17. I was like a little kid. Do you not know that I was like 5 years old in that picture? What are you talking about? No.
Maybe you just looked young for your age.
When I was 17, I got invited to this hoedown party where like the guys dressed up like cowboys and like girls were wearing like bandanas as shirts, kind of thing. Yeah. And I was like, I went to a private school like as a kid, and like so I wanted to. This party was a public school Palm Desert High kids like party, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to impress these like people and I'm going to impress these girls especially. So I went to the liquor store that would sell all the teenagers liquor in Palm Springs and got the biggest bottle of Malibu rum you could find.
Wow.
Dude, I was going to be a hit at this party. I was determined to be a hit. We get there. It was me and my buddy Steve. Because I was thinking about getting home. And I was like, dude, nobody's going for this Malibu. I'm going to just drink it. So I just kept drinking this Malibu like it was water and I was lost in the Sahara Desert. And like, Steve's like, yeah. Steve's like, I got to go. And I was like, all right. I don't know why. I thought like somehow I was going to like be better at just being all these strangers' heroes if I just drank all this Malibu.
Oh my God.
It did not work. Anyway, I eventually looked down at my phone after not talking to anybody and drinking Malibu in a corner for an hour. I looked down at my phone and I was like, yeah, dude, it was a checkered shirt, like not checkered, but like a like plaid kind of thing, tucked into jeans, boots, and a get her done hat. Okay. I had a Larry the Cable Guy get her done hat. Let me finish this story.
No, I'm gonna say you need to find a photo of it and post it right here on the thing.
I have it. I think I have it. Anyway, so I'm like, I look at my phone and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like 3 a.m. Like I got to get home, but like I'm pretty turned up off the Malibu. Like I don't know how, it's just a sugary, like it's not even that much rum, but when you drink a gallon of it, it adds up to a lot of rum.
Mixed with the sugar.
You know? Yeah. And so I was leaving this party because I was like, oh man, I really got to get home, even though I was a little messed up. And these guys outside are hitting this like 3-foot bong. And they're like, are you trying to go home, man? I was like, yeah. And they're like, dude, you need to hit this bong. Like it's going to help you chill out like while you're driving. And I was like, all right, man. And so I took a rip of this bong, and I remember starting up my car, and the next thing I remember just like looking up, and there's just a bunch of headlights coming towards me. And I was like, oh no. I turned like left out of this complex where I thought like there was a divider. I just turned left on the left side of the road. Like I was, and then I start slowing down because I'm like, oh no, I'm on the wrong side of the road. And then I just see a bunch of like red and blue lights behind me. And I was like, oh God. And anyway, and like they came up to me, and my first thought, even though I was so messed up, was to act maybe like I was British and act like I did not.
Josh.
No, but I didn't do it. So then
I
was like, oh no, I made a wrong turn, mate. I guess Australian or whatever, you know. Yeah. And the cops are like, have you been drinking tonight, sir? And I was like, no, sir. And they're like, all right, can you step out of the car? And I was like, sure. And I open the car and I go to get out, and my seatbelt's still on. So I just do one of those, I guess, get out, and it just jerks me right back into the car. And then I did more sobriety tests. I misunderstood a lot of them because it was a mix of kind of the weed and the alcohol. The one where you follow the pin, did not understand that correctly. I mistakenly heard that to not follow the pin,
like
and so
opposite?
I was no like. So as the guy was like, I was like a drunk person would follow the pin. So like as the cop was waving the pin in my face, I was just staring him in the eyes the entire time.
Like, you're never gonna get me.
Yeah. And you could tell, he could tell that I didn't understand the directions, right?
Just
but he just,
like...
and I'm just staring him in the eyes. And and I they eventually arrested me. And
you got arrested?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then they put me. They had to. First, they were pretty cool. They kind of drove me around till my BAC went down because, like, I was like making
drank a lot of Malibu rum.
I was making them laugh the whole time. Like, they were like, my dad came into the jail and he was like, they're like, honestly, your son's hilarious. Like they said that to him. And,
Josh.
So they handcuffed me inside the jail cell because they were like, I kept going up to the other inmates and being like, so what are you in here for? And like, they're like, you can't do that. Like they're going to beat you up.
Could you imagine if they were like, what was your drink of choice tonight?
Yeah.
You were like, Malibu rum.
Yeah, I was like, Malibu. I got turned off that boo. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then I threw up all over myself inside the jail cell. And my dad said, make him clean it up. And they're like, we can't do that. And he's like, make him. And they're like, we're legally not allowed to.
Wait, so did you get a DUI?
Yeah. And so on at 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the moral of the story is don't drink and drive. But
if you make the cop laugh.
He will drive you around for a little bit. So you're going to do a giveaway?
Yeah. So as we said like 15 minutes ago, for adoption, let me just put it this way.
You're adopting?
Yes. And this is something I think is a really cool thing to talk about in here.
We're plugging this every segment.
Yeah, we are. So you're adopting? Yeah. Adoption costs between an average, if you're adopting through an agency and not foster care, it's going to be between $40,000 to $60,000. I have a friend where they had to raise $100,000 and they used every single penny of it.
Adoption is kind of a Chipotle of sorts with like a family. And you get to build your own burrito bowl, you know?
Almost. Wow, you should be a spokesperson question.
Have you ever been to Chipotle?
Do you want a burrito of a kid?
You know, some people like the peppers, some people don't like the peppers. That's your family.
My Chipotle bowl of adoption will cost me between $40,000 and $60,000.
That's expensive Chipotle.
They
eat guac is extra.
Literally, it's so guac is extra. Yeah, so it's a lot of money. So Josh and I are coming up with a fundraiser.
We are.
And we're going to have a lot of people play, do giveaways, and
maybe we'll have some hats and stuff too come out. Yeah.
Josh
we'll
even
have a bunch of different things happening. It'll be good.
Josh even said behind the camera, he was like, we're going to get you this money. I don't know if like at the end of it, we're going to have to rob a bank, but I don't know.
I'm not supportive like that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, yes, you did.
I have a persona I have to keep up.
Josh was actually the nicest person ever whenever I told him that I was adopting. It's true. I got the receipts. Let me know if you want to read them.
I said, do you really want to put a kid through that? Just
throw him on the street instead.
I just meant dealing with, you. Like, Tom would be lovely as a father, but like, just, Actually,
I don't think Tom would be upset when you say that. Tom is really worried.
Yeah.
Obviously. But he's not.
I get that.
I mean, I feel like anytime first-time parents would be.
Yeah.
But I think he's worried. He's so worried about us either conceiving a child that's going to be a murderer or we're going to adopt a kid that's a murderer. And I'm like, Tom, we literally have no control over that. So
well, don't let him watch Cops.
I can't even let him watch Taken because we can't go to Europe now because he's scared he's going to get taken.
You're like, Tom, you're not like their ideal candidate for. It's like 6'2" or 3.
Yeah, you're a 6'3" white guy. You're probably the one that's taking them.
You're very hard to traffic, dude. Like, you don't fit in a standard European trunk.
We always make fun of him for it because he hates being in the sun and he's scared he's going to get taken one day. And my dad's always like, man, never go to Europe because there's sun and you're gonna get taken.
And Liam Neeson, dude.
So yeah,
and he won't look for you.
So just like a real quick, like I'm gonna break this down for everybody because I think it's just something we should talk about.
Why don't you break it down? Yeah.
Anyways, so the reason why adoption costs so much, and it's something that everybody asks, if you were to adopt from foster care, it'd be free. Essentially, the state pretty much pays you. But the thing about foster care is their number one goal is to reunite the child with their parents.
Yeah. This podcast could use a baby too. I think that would be a cool co-host.
So right here in a high chair?
Yeah. I think that would be a cool thing. I would love a baby's perspective on things.
Yeah.
And we'll just give it Cheerios and stuff. I don't really know much about babies. I'm not a father myself.
But he is a dog dad.
Yeah. That totally counts.
You can love your kids and your fur baby.
Yeah, no, totally. You love it. Yeah, no.
Tom looked at our dogs and he was like, "I can't imagine loving a child as much as I love these dogs."
But you will somehow. You'll somehow find a way, find a deeper well, like Casey Musgraves.
I can't wait to see you as. What did I call you, Uncle Shitstain?
I don't know. It was very mean and it hurt my feelings, and I cried that night.
Yeah.
But I think. Tom, anytime, someone told me, because I always said, like, one of my biggest fears is, like, if I ever became a dad would be not being a good dad. And somebody said to me, they're like, the fact that you are concerned about that would make you a good dad.
Did we have this conversation?
No, we didn't.
Josh, I just told somebody else that Tom is worried. He's like, I don't know if I'm going to be a good dad.
Yeah.
And they said the exact same thing.
Well, I'm saying it now.
Weird.
So
maybe it's the
weird.
universe.
Maybe. Or maybe I listened to all your phone calls and I have your phone bugged.
Was that actually a colonoscopy or did you put a microphone in my ass?
That was it. It's weird though because it kind of just sounds like listening to someone talk underwater. So
yeah. So I'm really excited for it and we're really nervous for it. But yeah, like, let's be real. We haven't been able to get pregnant. So why not? Like, I've always wanted to be a mom. So let's adopt. Let's give a baby a home.
Yeah. Were you, no, Josh.
Say it.
Well, were you pissed? I don't know if, were you or Tom a little mad about, using contraceptives or whatever for so long and then being like, oh, we can't actually, like, it's just not.
I mean, I get what you're asking.
Yeah. I was just like, like, you're like, have you been doing the pull out thing for like your whole life? And then you're like, oh, I could have left it in. Like,
yeah. So what's really funny is that when I went to go see a doctor about it, we're about to get so real on this, which I don't care.
Yeah, let's get real.
The doctor was like, how long have you not been using contraceptives? And we were like, I mean, it's been years. And they were like, years. And they go, and you have not ever been pregnant? And I said, no. And they go, that's a huge sign of infertility.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They said even pulling out, like, that's like the least.
The least you can do.
Yeah. And if you, like, you are so much more likely to get pregnant by pulling out. And she's like, just the fact that you have never gotten pregnant, she's like, that is a sign of infertility. And they've never said like, oh, infertility. They just said, I have unexplained infertility, which is like the worst part of it. But
it's a phenomenon.
I could get pregnant during this process.
Unsolved.
So
infertility.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That is crazy, and that is something that somebody just told me happened. Actually, upstairs this morning, somebody told me they were like, they adopted a baby, and as soon as they adopted a baby, the lady got pregnant.
The agency told us, she was like, I would say 7 out of 10 couples get pregnant during the process. And I was like, what? And she goes, it's just like you're not thinking about it anymore. Like, you're going to be a mom. You go into mom mode, your hormones regulate. She was like, it's a crazy phenomenon. And I was like,
can you imagine you get a baby and then you have triplets? And then all of a sudden,
you wish that upon me?
You have 4 kids. You went from 0 to 4
Why would you
kids?
ever wish that upon me?
That'd be cool.
That's a lot of babies, but
it is.
Tom and I have even already talked about like
buy 1 get 3 free.
This isn't a McDonald's.
No,
my uterus is not.
Yeah, I know. I think in value deals, you know.
We've already talked about like scheduling, like when we get back on our feet after we adopt, like, because I don't want to leave the music industry. I actually feel like I've been writing some really good stuff recently, and I told Tom, I was like, I would do a 3-day-a-week write, and like maybe we could find somebody to help out, or you could come home when I'm doing. And like we've pretty much written everything down.
The schedule
like, because I want to feel like, I don't want to feel like my identity is lost. When I feel like I hear so many women say, I don't know, I forgot who I was the moment I became a mom. Like all they became was a mom.
Yeah.
And so they lost who they were, and that causes like such a depression and sometimes like a resentment.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen, because I want to be a mom, but I don't want to only be a mom.
Yeah.
That's never been my goal in life.
Yeah, well, I think as people, you know, and I can only relate to that to a certain extent, but like as people, we have so many, you know, facets about us, and to give up all of those, you know, for, you know, and that happens a lot, and that can be a part of life, like about like you give up all those facets just to like help raise this tiny, you know, thing that, you know, you're helping bring up in life.
And it's a priority, like they become your priority, which that would definitely happen.
Yeah, no, totally. And that's good. But yeah, you also have to hold on to things, but you know, and that happens even in relationships and things like that too. You know, sometimes you just kind of like, you put so much of your identity and time to like who you are with a person that you're like, wait, who am I again? Like, what do I like to do? And like, you know, so I think that's always like, we're kind of always on that journey back to ourselves. So.
Yeah. I think that's why I always tell people it's important before you get into relationships to really know who you are, because you don't want to become like a shell of yourself if something happened in the relationship. Yeah,
100%. Like, you know, and I think, you know, you probably waited a good bit for how old were you?
I met Tom at 24.
Oh, okay. I was married at 23.
Oop.
Yeah.
But Tom and I never got like really serious until he moved to Nashville when I was 26. But we were in no rush to get married. We were in no rush to like do that. And he never got in the way of like my music and my dreams, and he never tried to. Yeah. And he never made me feel bad about it. Yeah. So it's like,
and then you guys got married when you were 43, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's very
I can't wait to be a 50-year-old mom. So then when I'm 100,
my aunt actually was.
That's incredible.
I know. She got surprise pregnant at like 50.
Listen, you do you, girl.
And now she has a teenage daughter at 60.
That is insane.
You know?
Oh my gosh. I really do think about it like,
interesting.
If they make it to 100, their kid is only going to be 50.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I take that back. I had a friend in high school who was that way.
Some people have old dads,
Yeah, it's mostly the dads, and he did pass away at like 75 when he was 20.
Right, right.
So
yeah, I know. It's always like weird when like you meet your friend in high school and he has an old dad. You're like, wow, your grandpa drops you off a lot. And he's like, that's my dad, and you're like, your dad was in World War II?
Oh my gosh. Speaking of World War II, have you seen this new thing that's happening on Facebook? I don't know if you're on Facebook.
I'm not.
I've been on it recently for like posting about adoption.
Yeah.
And
that's a good place.
There is this website or this like page that has been generating AI content of soldiers that look like they're battered and like, lost a leg in
people
a wheelchair.
Fall for it every time, too.
It's not people, it's boomers.
Yeah.
And they're holding a sign that says, "It's my birthday."
Oh, yeah.
And so these boomers in the comments are like, "Oh my gosh, happy birthday, brave soldier. You are so brave." And then there's like somebody who's like a millennial or a Gen Z being like, "You guys know this is fake." And there's somebody's like, "No, it's not."
He has 12 fingers on one hand. Yeah.
There was one of a girl that somebody did of a old lady blowing out her candles, and the candles were 120. And literally everybody was like, "Wow,
120.
You are so amazing for living this long." Like, can you not tell the difference between AI, like art?
No, a lot of people can't.
I can understand album art AI. Like, I can't really tell the difference, but people AI.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, some people it's just not there.
What
the
people? Like boomers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The processing, but maybe even a little like past that. Not like past the other, not like silent generation.
Actually,
those people are all dead.
Okay, I'll call myself on this. My friend did an AI thing for her business photos. And I remember looking at her and be like, "Gosh, that doesn't look like her." Like her, like it did. I was like, it almost looks a little fake, but it is her.
Right.
And I can't even find out that it is AI.
Like business headshots.
Yeah,
and
it
stuff
doesn't
like
even.
That.
Now that I know it, I'm like, that is very fake. Yikes. I don't know.
I know. Well, it is interesting to see the things that get shared around and the things older people seem to
my favorite are
gravitate.
their political posts.
Yeah, I know. Because a lot of them are like so fake that you're like, what? Like,
hey, I kind of
he turned into a reptile on stage and nobody saw it.
I kind of want to.
I don't like any politicians. I think I've already said that before.
Yeah, I wish there was no such thing as a two-party system.
I told you how I want to do it. I want to vote for my iPad. I don't want to get off the couch. I just want to
like put it voting in for American Idol.
And I just say taxes for little kids denied. And I say bigger corporations, more money to government spending.
Obviously.
Yeah. I just want to see. I kind of want like
all the books.
Yeah, I want it to be a game show. I want it to have a big number at the top, billions of dollars, and I want to see it add and subtract as I deny and add things to my tax. What I want my taxes to go to.
Oh gosh, we owed so much in taxes this year.
Did you?
Yes, we had like $2,000. It's something that
doesn't it get subtracted out of your paycheck already? That was my favorite thing about like having a salary is just like having taxes withdrawn out of it.
Well, there was also getting paid for The Voice wasn't taxed yet.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
That was something, but also like things like my luggage, the bag drop off thing that I do, that doesn't get taxed. We have to pay taxes at the end of the year.
So it sounds like you messed up.
No, but you know what we're doing this year is we are keeping a spreadsheet of all of my rights, where I play, keeping up with the gas, all of that. Yeah. And it could deduct easily like $1,600. If I had done it last year, it would have deducted $1,600.
You should do what I do, just make stuff up.
I told Tom that, but he's like, fraud. And I'm like, oh my gosh,
no, I
cheat
said,
the system.
I said, no, I know I spent more than $400 at McDonald's this year. I can definitely pull that up in bank records.
Exactly. So, I mean, but I'm married to a goody two shoes.
Yeah. Tom, come on, cheat the system, bro.
Come on.
It's fun.
All the big rigs do it.
You always wonder. I did get a letter from the IRS the other year, and I was like, oh no. I just did something wrong in the healthcare form, but I was like, this is it. I'm going to prison, baby.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
I, for some reason, feel like I've been using the wrong social security number like my whole life.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where my social security card is. I've been using the same number since high school, but I'm kind of like, where did I get this number from?
So you might just be paying into somebody else's Social Security. Like somebody might have like a sick retirement.
I know. But I don't know. And I haven't changed my last name yet, so I can't like go get like a new document and stuff. So
oh, yeah, you're not Howard.
I know.
Still Linderman.
I know. When I posted the adoption thing, I was like, are people going to know that my last name's supposed to be Howard?
I don't know. It's 2024. I don't think people really care if you're...
Tom doesn't care if I change my last name or not. I will eventually, but...
We should all change it to each other's names. I'll be Josh Linderman.
Okay, and I'll be Brailey Delicioso.
And Tom could just stay Tom Howard, or he could adopt Courtney's maiden name, Hutton.
Ooh, Hutton is a good last name.
Tom Hutton. Yeah, that sounds like a character in a book.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hockey romance.
Yeah.
With
Tom
hockey hair.
Hutton. Number 7 on the saber tooth.
On the saber tooth. Actually, I did just read a hockey romance and I did not like it. And it was upsetting. It was actually kind of upsetting because it was just...
Was it called The Ice Between Us? What was it called?
No, it was called Kiss and Don't Tell by Megan Quinn. And it had such great potential. But it was a little bit too slow of a burn to the point where I was like, these characters don't have any chemistry. And then it got to the sex scene that just came out of nowhere. She gives him a blowjob and puts her finger somewhere. And then I was like, that's
she
weird.
She didn't give him that hot
no. I mean, I guess she
spit
did.
on that thing.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. It wasn't that good. The ending was so annoying and stupid. But whatever.
Wow.
Wasted my time.
So they got into some digit play in the book.
They did.
Wow.
It did. The sex scenes
That's
were
pretty
good.
interesting. First time, I feel like just first
Technically,
time.
it was their second time. Like it was in the morning.
Still pretty interesting. In the morning, interesting. All interesting.
In the shower.
Interesting. Still not really a second time activity. I feel like that's, you got to be at least 10 dates deep, not 10 deep. You don't ever want to have all 10 digits.
But I think that's what made him say I love you to her. So.
Oh, wow. She rattled it out of him, did she?
She did. She did.
Found the walnut.
Yeah, it was not good. I don't recommend it. I gave it like 2 stars. The only reason why I didn't give it 1 star was because some of it made me giggle. But it was stupid. Don't read
giggle? In which way giggle?
There was a funny part where she was stealing something from her uncle's house and it made me laugh out loud.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I do like a little light thievery.
Yeah. But the other book I read was called How Does It Feel? I know. It's a weird title. It's kind of stupid. I don't know why it's called that. Yeah. And it's about a girl.
Oh, I thought it was going to be about more digit play.
No, they're actually...
2 fingers? How does it feel?
How does it feel? 3?
Yeah.
How does it feel? About a girl who is a scientist, whatever. And while she's studying these mushrooms, she falls into a different realm. Stay with me. And in this realm, she accidentally falls on the High Prince Fey King. And they think that she's an assassin. So they capture her and put her in a dungeon and she has to like survive. But the High Fey King is like falling in love with her, but he like still hates her because he doesn't want to feel anything for her. So he puts her through 3 trials. And if she survives the 3 trials, then she gets her freedom. But before the second trial, his mom ends up bonding them together, which means like marriage, but their souls are bonded. And she went into the second trial and he could talk to her in her brain and all this stuff. And then the third trial, she's like about to escape to her, like survive her this last trial. And he tries to stop her. And all of a sudden, this whole time she's saying, I'm not an assassin. I'm not an assassin. And all of a sudden, she digs a knife into the High Fae Prince's back and it says, spoiler, I am an assassin. I'm sorry. So you didn't know she was an assassin this whole damn time. And then the book ends with her going back to like the human realm and waking up in a hospital. And it was actually a really good book. The second book was absolute ass trash. Don't read it. But the first one, I did like it.
She killed the High Sea King?
The High Fae King.
Oh.
I think Fae means like fairy.
Oh, I thought it was High C, like the orange drink you get from
I do. High C was. Do you remember Tang?
Yeah, Tang with the monkeys.
Yeah, that was so good.
Tang.
Was it good though?
Yeah, spit on that Tang. Wow. Well, that book sounds like a trip, and one I probably won't go on, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Listen, I really wish there were other realms that we could just jump in.
Yeah.
With hot fae princes and princesses, but I'd rather have the prince.
Wow. Happy Pride Month,
I was
Brailey.
just
That
about
was
to
very
say that.
straight of you.
I was just about to say that.
I'll be like, princesses, prince, it's all good. That's what it is. No, I'm more of a princess guy myself, but it is all good.
It is all good.
It's all good.
I just prefer a prince, you know?
Some people prefer princes and princesses. Some people will date 2, 3 princes and princesses at once. You
should write a child's book.
I will. Just
some prefer princesses.
Polyamory for kids. Yeah. You could.
Some prefer prince. Others, or some prefer princesses. Some prefer both, and that by Josh Dell.
Some prefer royalty that doesn't want to be referred to as anything.
Some prefer they, them, high fae king.
High fae king. High sea king.
It was so good. Anyways, now I'm on to my next book. I have to get 5 books in this month or 6 books, so I'm up to date with my reading.
Oh. What will happen if you don't complete?
I'll be behind, and then in December I'll have to rush to read like 7 books, and I don't want to do that.
What is this imaginary clock you're racing against?
I have a goal. I have 75 books this year that I want.
I like that you have a goal of reading just trash books that are like they're not doing. I have a goal.
Yeah,
I have to take in all this stuff about digit play and blowjobs.
Okay, yeah, that part is trash, but I get a lot of great song ideas from these books, so I can. It keeps my creativity going. Not in the bedroom, but like at least in my songwriting.
Yeah. No, I know. Okay, good. You know, there's always one word that gets a lot of attention in the media.
What is that word, Josh?
Nuclear.
That was so funny that you posted that on Juneteenth.
Oh, did not even.
If you don't know, last episode,
Sorry.
I couldn't say nuclear. Yep. Nuclear. And in the middle of my story, I was trying to say nuclear, and I told Josh to say the N word.
That's true.
Meaning nuclear.
You could hear that in episode 8.
Yeah. Anyways, he clipped it, put it on social media on Juneteenth.
Not my best
and my friend
judgment.
Tyler comments, he goes, happy Juneteenth.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
So yeah, that could have been our first major mess up. Oh,
yeah.
Fun fact. Something I learned today, Josh. Are you ready? I remember how you told me that most people don't make it to episode 7. If we make it to episode 20, we are going to be in the top 1% of podcasters, which means we are only competing with like 200,000 other podcasters in the world.
We're so close.
We are. What episode is this?
Episode 9. We're almost halfway there.
I know. That's so exciting.
I know. This is more commitment than you've ever shown to anything.
I love doing this. I really do. I love doing this, and I love doing my book talk, and I love doing... That's it.
That's it.
That's what I do.
No music?
I do love doing music.
I don't know. It's all right.
One more thing I would love to tell you.
Okay.
We just found out that, on CPR when people say, do staying alive, staying alive, the new song is, please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Please, 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 don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I beg you, don't embarrass me,
motherfucker.
I love that song.
I know, that is a good song. It is very catchy.
I would love to go see her live, but the tickets are already sold out.
Yeah.
By resellers.
I could just text her and see if...
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great. Sucks.
It's okay. We're all getting older. I think about like the day about like balls dripping in the toilet water and stuff like that, you know?
Does that happen?
Yeah, your balls get longer as you get. Yeah, Brailey, I swear.
Josh,
Ask your grandpa or your dad about long balls.
First of all, I would never bring that up in a conversation.
You
But
wouldn't?
what if you poop in the toilet? That's disgusting.
Yeah. Long balls. It's something I think people should get ball lifts, and they probably do. But I just think that that's something that should be available to ball lifts and penis reductions, you know. You just
Two things you would never need.
What about the guys, you know? What about the boys?
The boys.
We're not talking about.
You get you get not Excedrin.
You can get rhinoplasty.
And what's the thing that gives you? What's the pill?
Viagra.
Viagra.
Cialis.
If you need it.
Cetaphil.
This was so fun. I think we should end it on this segment. Balls in the toilet.
Yeah. Long balls.
So gross. Ew. Now that's stuck in my brain.
Yeah, you just bobbing in the water where you poop.
Ew,
you know?
Josh.
I know.
Ew.
You're telling me. I don't know why they designed. Also, all penises.
I don't know why they designed it that way.
All penises touch the inside of the lid. If you've ever heard a guy over at your house who sat on your toilet, his dick is touching the inside of that lid.
I live with a man called my husband.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying outside of that, think of every man who's been to your house who's sat on your toilet. And
I'm going to ask Tom right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, here's Tom. Wait.
Oh, Tom. This is perfect,
hey,
Tom.
I have a
hey,
question.
Tom, we needed your opinion on. Okay.
You're on the podcast right now. Say hello.
Hello.
When you sit on the toilet, does your pee-pee touch the lid?
What are you talking about?
When you sit on the toilet, does your...
I know what you're talking about. Why are you talking about?
That sounds like an answer to me.
Josh says that guys' pee-pees touch the inside lid of the toilet when they sit down. Is that happens?
Sometimes you need to reposition.
And when you get old, your balls sag more and they can go inside.
In the water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have to get you some dude wipes.
Oh my God. Or just like a little net on the inside of your toilet, you know,
that
just holds the boys. You know?
That's so gross. Say hi to your
Yeah.
mom.
She's listening.
Hi, Mom. All right. Thank you, babe, for
Thank you.
clarifying that your penis touches the inside of the lid. That's so gross.
Appreciate it.
Love you.
Came through for the boys with that one.
I said I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
See you later.
Anyways, well, now you got your answer. We love you guys.
Floaters.
Have a great... Shut up. We're trying to say bye.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching and listening, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. I've never said that before.
Amen.
But thank you. Bye.
Oh, God. Please, not another podcast.
Yep.